That's a question most of us are thinking, primarily because we're getting close. We're getting close, but we're not yet there. I mean, I've talked about us seeing altcoin season once the crypto or the digital asset spot ETFs get approved. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the dates that we should be paying attention to for June, primarily for XRP, Solana, HBAR, and I think Doge it is, maybe even Litecoin too. Because a lot of those ETFs should be getting some sort of response very, very soon. Now, I also want to preface this too is that in the past, generally when Ethereum starts to pump, altcoin season happens. But the reason why that used to happen, in my personal opinion, is because a lot of projects were based on Ethereum. But now we have all these different ecosystems. We have Solana, we have Avalanche, we have SUI, we have HBAR, we have XRP. We've got all these different ecosystems, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about kind of what's happening and what dates we should be paying attention to, okay? Yeah, and the XRP ETFs, I think they're coming. I think they're coming, but there's also kind of been a push from a specific group in crypto to ask the SEC to reevaluate how they approve these crypto ETFs. So I'll get to that in a minute. First and foremost, let's talk about the inflows and outflows with the current Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, because this does matter. Right now, we are actually seeing, so for Bitcoin ETFs, we had outflows. We had about 47.8 million in outflows. That means people are selling. So basically, the people that bought the Bitcoin ETFs, they are selling those for profit, and they're going to, whatever it is they're going to do. Ethereum ETFs. The Ethereum ETFs had inflows. They had an inflow of $25.22 million. That means traditional finance is buying Ethereum. In my personal opinion, this is signaling that traditional finance, or people that are into ETFs, they are showing more interest in altcoins than Bitcoin right now, because Ethereum is an altcoin. Also note that the SEC came out and said that Ethereum staking is not a security, and that most proof of stake protocols, anything that's not proof of work, Bitcoin is proof of work, that these tokens are not, well, the staking is not securities. And remember, a big selling point for TradFi was to be able to get staking approved for these ETFs. So basically, if you bought one of the Ethereum staking spot ETFs, which are not approved yet, make sure you guys smash the like too. And shout out to all my channel members, Lawrence, and of course, we just got to give a deal a little bit of a shout out. We're going to get to that in a second. We're going to get to that in a second. So basically, they would kind of act as dividends. That's how I'm interpreting it. So basically, if you invest in the Ethereum spot staking ETF, you get a little bit of that pie, which again, you guys go ahead and stake on your own. Anyways, I digress. Also too, Gemini filed for an IPO. They want to go public, and Circle did file for an IPO, and the thing went absolutely bonkers. And we're just kind of seeing a flood in with traditional finance kind of crypto coming into TradFi, and we knew that was going to happen. So we also know that Hedera got a ETP approved by 21 shares, but it's in Europe. However, in the United States of America, June 11th, Canary Capital and Grayscale, they filed for spot HBAR ETFs with the SEC, and the decision for those is expected on June 11th. So that's an important day to focus on. Will the SEC, in fact, approve the HBAR spot ETFs? We will have to see. The SEC also is going to decide on a Grayscale Polkadot ETF by June 11th. Which is 21 shares, Grayscale's Polkadot ETF by June 11th, 21 shares Polkadot ETF on June 24th, and on June 17th, this is another important day. Good morning to Mr. John. The SEC is set to make a decision on Franklin Templeton's spot XRP ETF. Bitwise spot and Dogecoin spot ETFs are also as well. So June 11, June 17th, and June 24th. So we've got DOT, we have HBAR, we have Doge, and we have XRP, and I think Solana as well. But crypto fund issuers, and this is the story here about the switch in process of how the SEC approves these things. Crypto fund issuers press the SEC to reinstate first to file ETF process. And this is from the block. So basically what they want to do is they want to change the way the SEC is approving the crypto spot ETFs, and they want to do it on a first come first basis. So I don't know who was the first one to apply for a spot ETF, or what entity was first to apply for a spot ETF for any of these cryptos. But basically, this article is suggesting from different people in crypto that they're like, hey, whoever approved first, just as long as it meets your standards, approve it. That's what they're asking for. Okay, so VanEck 21 Shares Canary Capital said they are concerned about the SEC's recent failure to practice a first to file approach, where the SEC greenlights product proposals on a first come, first served basis. Agency is currently weighing on dozens of applications for ETFs, including ones tracking Solana, XRP, and Dogecoin. And they're kind of concerned about it. The firms voiced concerns through an open letter sent to SEC Chair Paul Atkins and posted on X this Friday, basically kind of just calling it a failure. And again, they want to get this approved as fast as possible, and they want to get comprehensive regulation. So Cynthia Loomis also came out with the Genius Act. The Genius Act is, well, not her act, but she came out and was like, hey, we need to pass this Genius Act. A lot of other people in public, a lot of other public servants, like, we need to get this done, because once we get a Genius Act done, that's gonna basically legalize stablecoins under certain conditions. Therefore, allowing more money to flood into the market. Like way back in the day, on X, one of the indicators we used to use sometimes, when we were trading with leverage or whatever, for Bitcoin is like anytime that Tether would print more Tether, like they would whatever, because that was indicating money was coming into the market. And that is all affiliated with DeFi and all that type of stuff too. So I personally believe once the Stablecoin Act is approved, whether I disagree or not, we're going to see capital flood into the markets from TradFi. Retail is kind of here, but not so much. You guys are retail, and you guys are awesome that you're here. And then in addition to that, once the Genius Act is passed, we're going to get comprehensive crypto regulation. Hey, Tim. And we get the comprehensive crypto regulation, then I think we're going to start to see a lot of more of these utility coins come back, basically stuff in the top 200 stuff, things that are made in the USA, things that are going to get spot ETFs approved, plus POS staking is not a security for certain protocols, which is important to know. So moral of the story is, things are brewing, things are coming. We just don't know when. So there's other analysts that are saying that we're going to get these ETFs approved between July and October. I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic and say, I hope we get these approved this month in June. It would be amazing instead of having to wait for July. But at the end of the day, it's coming. I think that a majority are going to get approved, whether, the HBAR, XRP, Solana, Doge, whatever, all of them. I think they're going to get approved, but it's going to take some time. And I'm curious to see if the SEC is going to, I know I tripped. I'm curious to see if the SEC is actually going to approve all of these at once, the applications that meet their standards, or they're going to do the first to come in first basis. So anyways, that's the news for today. Fingers crossed that we have a big month in June. Either way, you guys should give yourself a pat on the back that you're still here in the market, because it's been the most insane market. Also too, I want you to note, I did a video yesterday about Uber, Apple, X, and Airbnb coming into the crypto space with stablecoins, and that's why the Genius Act is so important for that aspect. Privacy, don't like it. But at the end of the day, things are progressing. It's going to take some time, so be patient. Plan your positions and get ready, because I do think this is going to be the last cycle. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash a like, drop me a comment, and as always, subscribe and set alerts. I know my eye's a little crooked. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I've got a video coming for you out, a short coming out, so make sure you watch it. Sending y'all love and light. And yay, let's hope we have altcoin season in June and everything pumps. Woo! And also, let's hope that Ethereum pumps as well. Bye. Thank you guys for watching.